I don't really have a tagline for this video. Alright, so the last time we left off, Red was just starting a bike race. And basically that's the entire chapter, is the bike race. So, we find out that this bike race is like, it's kind of an obstacle course in a sense, because it's like, it's a bike race, but then there are certain obstacles that they need to get around. It's not just a track. So, basically, it's Red has to use all his Pokemon to get through and finish the race. Eventually, he reaches a point in the race that is the most annoying, I guess. All the others were like, okay, well, here's water with Tentacruel in it. How do I get through that? And then he uses some, he figures something out. Or how there's a way around this forest, but it's not the quickest way, so maybe go through it, but you gotta, like, fight off all the bug Pokemon that are in it. So, finally, though, he gets to a point where a lot of people are going to have trouble. And that's Snorlax being in the way. Because, of course, Snorlax is going to be in the way. Because it's on that route, or at least in that general route area. And he eventually, he's like right in front. Him and some other guys are like going neck and neck. And, oh my god, my dog's barking. Eventually they hit the Snorlax, and it's just like, what are we gonna do? Red comes up with a plan, though, and that he kind of gets from when he came out of the woods, and there's a honeycomb that fell on Bulbasaur that he had right up front, so he could use Bulbasaur's Vine Whips to kind of do whatever, and he realizes food's the only thing that's gonna wake up Snorlax, so he uses the honey that's on Bulbasaur's head to get Snorlax to chase him, thus getting Snorlax out of the way. But then he has a Snorlax chasing him, and he kind of uses that momentum to, like, push himself to get faster and whatever. And it ends with him winning the race, but he has to use up his prize money and prizes to feed Snorlax, because otherwise Snorlax is just gonna, like, tear everything apart. Maybe eat his Bulbasaur. Not a good idea. So that's the chapter in a nutshell. If Red is in a race, he wins the race, and I guess he technically catches the Snorlax, sort of. I don't know. It's the kind of thing where it's just like he caught it, I guess. It never says if he catches it. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. And so that's the chapter in a nutshell. I like this chapter. It was a quickie. There wasn't a whole lot going on as far as plot. It just basically got him from point A to point B. I guess that's just their way of, like, we need to figure out how to get Red through these 3 or 4 routes without it being a drag. How are we gonna do that? Bike race. Have Red just basically zip through them. So yeah, I like this chapter. This chapter I really don't have a whole lot to say about. I like that Red had to use his noodle again in order to get through the bike race, because it wasn't just a regular race. You had to use your Pokemon too to get through it, and like, you had to be a little bit smarter about it than just, oh well, I'm just gonna ride really, really fast. And if that was the case, then Red would never have won, because he's just a kid, and like there's probably experienced bicyclists in this race, and it basically came down to who can use their Pokemon to add to their best ability to get through the race and the obstacle course, if you will. Yeah, I mean that's not. I don't really have a whole lot to say about this chapter. So this is, I guess, going to be a really quick chapter. It was more of a vehicle, I guess, to get him to where he needs to be next. And I don't know. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I like that he had to use his brain to get him through this. Really, he's going to use Bulbasaur as bait to get that Snorlax out of the way. He reassured Bulbasaur, but you could tell that Bulbasaur was a little nervous about the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, that's really, this is going to be a really short review. I thought it was a decent chapter. It was a little boring to some degree, just because there wasn't a whole lot that happened, like, story-wise. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of this chapter? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed anything I had to say. I didn't really say a whole lot about this, but whatever. And remember to subscribe so you can keep up with future videos that go on my channel. I will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.